Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
Wonderland is a light Euro game that kind of feels like it came out on the heels of Ticket to Ride. That doesn't mean it's a clone of Ticket to Ride, because it is not. It's about these miniatures, and you're kind of going around this place, and you're looking at all these miniatures and taking pictures of them. Now, the game is very light. This is a very light Euro, kind of in the vein of Ticket to Ride, although they don't play exactly the same, but you are moving across a board. Now, the most interesting part of this game is the movement. So, you can move on your turn, of course, but you can also move on the turn of somebody else. If I move from point A to point B, and you are on A and you want to move to B with me, when I move from A to B, you can pick up and move on my turn. It gives it some interesting kind of decisions that you can make about when you want to move. It's very, very cool. Otherwise, it's a set collection game where you're collecting certain things to get points. There's different ways for you to score, different routes that you're trying to take, and some very interesting decisions that you'll be making during the game. It's also very, very neat, especially a game that came out as long ago as this, that there really isn't a lot of downtime. Because I need to be paying attention to what you're doing, because I may be able to move on your turn, and that might play into my strategy or even change my strategy. Hey, you got me a little bit closer. It's a little bit out of my way. Do I want to go ahead and move on your turn? Because then Sally may move, and if she moves, then I can move again with her. But if she doesn't move, I'm a little bit out of my way. So there's a few things that are going on here. We're trying to anticipate what the other people are going to do, but you're actually going to be accomplishing things on their turn, which I like a lot. I don't like downtime in games, so the less downtime, the better, especially the lighter the game. The lighter there is, the easier the decision-making is. I like to have those things I can do on your turn. And this accomplishes it, which is really surprising for such an older game, because that is something sometimes kind of a new concept that people are trying to put into games. So Wonderland really accomplishes that, and it does it with a very easy rule set. This is a very easy game for people to pick up. You can do Ticket to Ride, you can probably do this. I don't think that you'll have any problems. So if your gaming group would enjoy like a lighter Euro, but it's a meaty, like there's an actual game here, not something that's just luck dependent. You're making decisions, you're deciding on whether you're going to win and lose based on what's going on in the game. Excellent. I think this might be a little bit of a hidden gem that people haven't seen, or maybe haven't heard of. I could see this kind of getting lost in the shuffle. The theme is a little bit weird about these miniatures, and if you're familiar with Wonderland, I think that you're like, wow, okay, I know what that is. I had no idea what it was, so I was a little bit surprised. I'm like, wow, this exists. This is kind of neat. So you're not actually going to the places, to these miniature things, and it can be lost a little bit. I can see this being sold in a gift shop for those locations, of course. So for me, I think it's a hidden gem. If you don't know about this one and you have an interest in light Euros, it might be something you want to check out, as I think it might surprise you about how good it is. For me, this is going to be a great game to keep with the family, and it will be a keeper, and one I might pull out from time to time when we want a little break from a Ticket to Ride level game. Here's Wonderland. You can see a guy here kind of exploring through these miniature areas. You can see they're very small. It's not perspective, that's actually in the game. So a very cool cover if you kind of know what's going on. You're going to get a rule book, which we'll take a look at in a few minutes. You'll get a very colorful board, which we'll take a look at. Really cool in here, you're going to get a little pamphlet where you can actually go see the real places if you had such a thing, which I thought was a really neat inclusion. You're going to get an advertisement for different games that will be coming out in the great year of 2012. You're going to get these cards, and the cards are actually fairly nice, very good quality. You can see the colors of the little miniatures put on there. You have the symbols that are on there. So you can see everything very easily, and very good quality. You're going to get wooden bits that you're going to have to stick yourself. Boo! And you're going to have some train little meeples that you'll be utilizing through the game. These are okay. You're going to have a big train that you'll be utilizing, and some more cards that will be like your tickets and Ticket to Ride. As you unfold the board, you'll see that this is a miniature train game. So you're going to have routes on the board that you'll be going to. And you can see all the little places, has different icons and colors and numbers, so you can easily find things around. You're going to have your tracks that you'll be going across. The board is very colorful and has different sections with different colors. Different icons are being used so you can easily see it. Great job. Here's the rule book for Wonderland. You're going to see it's going to come in a lot of different languages down here. You need to find yours. This happens to be mine on page 8. You turn to your page. You're going to see an introduction right here. Picture of all of the components, which is great, especially for a game this old. A picture of setup, fantastic, with the words that'll be signed there. And one thing you're going to notice is you're going to have the rules laid out here, but a short synopsis here on the left, which I love. Queen Games does that, and I really like that. This is how you're going to be playing the game and collecting the postcards, the end of the game, and then the different destinations kind of laid out here for you to see in the credits. Then you move on to different languages. So this will be the scoring section over here. I think the rulebook does really, really good for a game that's very easy to understand. Great job. Set the game is very easy. You're going to separate these cards by color and put them down at the bottom here off the board 1 through 7. You're going to take all 8 of your player color actions and put them in Nuffingen, which is the starting location, and you'll take the color train in your color and put it on 0, and that will become your scoring marker. In addition, you'll shuffle up these cards, and everybody will get 2 randomly. These are tickets, just like in Ticket to Ride. It will tell you what you're trying to connect. In this case, this location 6, down here to 33 and 32, and that will get you 20 points. 22 to 46 will get you 15 points, and so on and so on. That's how you set up the game. The first thing you do in a turn is move your tokens. At this point, if they're in the same location, you can move as many as you want, 1 or 2, always following these tracks that you can see here. So say I wanted to move 1 location, and I wanted to move 4 of my guys. That's fine. And then everybody else is there can also, if they're in the same location, move to the same location with me and kind of piggyback my movement, and they can move as many as they want. Let me show you that again. If yellow wanted to move 2 spots, I could choose to take some of my red down there with him. I just have to go to the same location. I could not stop in between. If I have a destination card and I have people on 4 and 30, which I do, 30's here and 4 is here, I can then take one of these people off each location, take them back to the start, and then I would score the number of points listed on the card. And you can complete as many of these as you can at the end of your turn. So if you have 6 of these and you can do all 6, boom, you'll be able to score that many points. Then you draw a new destination card from the stack. Once you have completed 4, you no longer have to draw one of these because these could be negative points at the end of the game if you don't complete them. Another thing you can do is collect postcards. And what you'll see here is that you'll have these tokens on different locations on the board that will correspond to different icons here. So say I wanted to collect a postcard of this color. I wanted to get one of these cards. What I can do is I can take a token, I can take off as many as I want and take it back to the starting position, and I would grab a matching card of that location. This would go face down in front of me, and what you're trying to do is collect as many different ones as possible to score points at the end of the game. The game can end in one of 2 ways. Either somebody has completed 5 of these destination tickets, or somebody has collected 1 from all 7 locations for the postcards. Either way will end the game. Scoring these cards at the end of the game can be a little bit confusing. So you're awarded 1 point for each card from the section you collected the most from. 2 points from the second most, 3 points from the third most, and so on and so on. So while you want to get a lot from the different areas, you're going to score less for the ones that you have from the most areas. But you do need to get some if you want to maximize those points. At the end of the game, whoever's moved their train the furthest on the scoring market and has scored the most victory points is your winner. Who should buy this game? I'm going to say light Euro players. You know, if you like the Ticket to Ride type games or Carcassonne, or you want something in that vicinity, you want a little bit of a game that just kind of keeps things light. You can have a chat, you can talk, but it's keeping you engaged because you're working on other people's turn. Family weight game. I think this really does it. I think the collection of the pictures and what you're doing in this game, I think is really neat. I think kids are going to like that. It's got a real nice, clean theme to it. It's also a place that you can go visit, right? So there's a little bit of that if you've been there before, or you look at it like, wow, this would be a really neat place to visit. You can kind of play the game based on it. I think this is great. This is a very, very, very neat little game, one I like quite a bit. I think it's a hidden gem. It's not one you hear about ever, to be honest. So I think this is an absolute keeper and one you should track down. Wunderland is a Keeper!
Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate you tuning in. If you liked it, please like it and hit that little subscribe button. That really helps out the channel, lets us know that you're getting the videos that you want. If you agreed or disagree with what I said, feel free to comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and I promise that I will comment back. Thanks for watching, and everybody else, keep playing.